Hey folks, I wanted to chat more about converting TOV to Foundry. So I think what's going to happen from here is my other videos kind of go, I guess, more into depth on how to actually do the conversion. So go back and watch those as needed. I just want to kind of step through. I don't know if to call this like a vlog. I don't know, but just kind of step through as I continue to convert parts of TOV that isn't offered as part of a Foundry module. Um, how it went, pluses, minuses. Hopefully, just quick videos. We'll see. I can talk sometimes. Um, but yeah, so a few things that I did. One was I renamed my modules to have TOV on the front, the ones that I created, just so they're all kind of grouped together. Makes it easier to find them when I'm going through settings and so forth. So that's what I went with. Um, I created a new one called, what did I call it? Campaign Builder Import, right? So I have to import castles and crowns as well as the other one, cities and towns, right? Because they created a module for, was it Dungeons and Ruins? Yeah, Dungeons and Ruins. So it hasn't come out yet, but it does exist. So it will exist. So I don't have to do that one, worry about that one. So I started with creating a new module just in case I want to say play a game, maybe use the campaign builder classes, subclasses, whatever's in there, heritage, whatever. Maybe not use deep magic. So I wanted that flexibility to say I might want to turn deep magic on off. I might want to turn campaign builder on off. This depends on what I want to do. So I created a separate module for that. After that, it was a lot of the same stuff that you've seen me do before, right? So for me at least, for campaign builder, I just made one for classes, one for subclasses, and one for spells. Probably at some point I'll do items. I'm going to leave them last. And I did see disappointingly earlier today when I said, I wonder if Vault of Magic, when that will go on sale for Foundry, and I looked around and I couldn't find a Foundry add-on for it. So, yep, I'll deal with that when I can. So I'll go on my export for D&D 5e, and you've seen me do this enough times. Let's go. Okay. And it's the same stuff you've seen me do before. Items. Here we go. So, right, go back to my other videos if you don't know how to pull up this dialog box. There is a add-on for importing 5e text. So close that one. Here we go. So when you look at this for campaign builder for castles and crowns, right, it looks very similar to 5e, right? And I thought in my last video it was exactly 5e. It picks up a lot of it, but there is some stuff that you got to do, right? And so let me just kind of go through them a little bit, and then we'll go from there. So one thing I noticed, and I'll just do this. I could try this real quick. No, I'll just do it this way. So if I pull up one of these spells, right, there's a couple things that get missed when you cut and paste the text here into the importer and create the new object. One is that, for those who don't know, for 5e, you got to click the little thing up here to be able to edit it. It's a little different look in 5e versus TOV. Couple things don't get picked up. One is the spell level. It will make all the spells first level. So obviously, go in there, edit the spell, make it fourth level. No problem. The other ones is the ones that are ritual. It doesn't seem to pick up the ritual tag. So you're going to have to flip that switch as well and make sure you have the ritual switch on for those spells that are rituals. The rest of the stuff seems pretty solid. Everything else is being picked up. Yada yada yada. I haven't gone through the activities and effects, but you might have to edit some of those depending. But this is certainly pretty good. So you do that for all the spells, and as you can see, this is all of them. There's only what 4, 5, 10, 13, 15, 16 spells, give or take. So doesn't take that long to run the importer and get the spells. From there, it's a lot of rinse and repeat. Whoops. So I made one called export items, and then you've got to, copy all the spells, drag and drop, make sure the compendium is unlocked. Uh, drag and drop your spells into the compendium, so that way, just click all over the place. When you go here and you say export the black flag, it will get the all your spells, and then the JSON file will be out there for you. Do 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 do. All right. The JSON file will be out there for you, and all I did was here is the new campaign builder compendium. I basically just unlock it, and yeah, it's going to give you the warning. And then I imported the spells into this compendium. You see I made some cutesy folders like I did before. So I have a folder here for castles and crowns. Threw in all the spell circles with the appropriate colors that look identical to the player's guide. And I keep saying that, but I mean, obviously, if you've never done this before, right? Um, right? All I'm doing is creating a new folder, making it the same, and now I'm looking at this folder and saying edit folder and picking up the color from here and copying and pasting that color into the folder in case you don't know how I match the colors. So, yeah. Um, and then I put all the spells into their appropriate spots. So that way I now have them. They're all in there. And I would say this whole process probably didn't take me more than a couple of hours, give or take. It was pretty quick. It's only 16 spells and then a little bit of cleanup. Now, I will say one other thing, which is interesting because very clearly, if I look here, right, I mean, this book is TOV set up for TOV, right? You have in for the spells what spell school they belong to, whether arcane, divine, uh, weird, or primordial, right? So they're there. But what's interesting to a certain to a little bit here is you have these fabled rituals. That's another key word here that you don't normally see. So there's no flag um, on the spell to say whether it's fabled or not. I say that, but I didn't look. I'm assuming there's not. Ha. No, there's not. All right, cool. Um, Burp. Okay, so there's no such thing as that, but you notice for these spells, they do not pick up, they didn't put here whether they are arcane or weird or whatever it is. There's no designation for these. And if you read the description in here somewhere, it basically says the DM will give these out as needed or something like that. Oh yeah, like fabled magic items. These are typically given to PCs as a story reward, or can have a lasting or long-reaching impacts on a campaign. Blah blah blah. So these are not normal, right? Spells that PCs would just pick out of a book, is what out of their spell book or whatever, right? So as such, I mean, you could go through these spells and say which ones you think are weird or arcane and so forth. But if you do that, of course, then when people level up in Foundry, it's going to be an option for them on the pick 'em list when they level up, right? And maybe if you want to follow these particular rules, you don't want that. So in this case, I did not go through the Fable rituals and classify them myself. If I want to give it to him, I'll give it to him, but at least I have them in Foundry if I not want them. And that's it. So for the other spells, once you got the fabled spells, then I did go through, um, and of course you have to do this because these spell schools didn't exist in 5e and do in TOV. So you have to go in here, you have to edit your spell, and you have to say which source of magic it is. And then if you want to also put the school of magic, you should do that as well. And, if you flagged your spells correctly in 5e, the rituals and the concentration tags will come over. If you didn't bother to do it in 5e and you want to do it in TOV, do it there, but make sure they're flipped. And that's really about it. It really didn't take me that long, just a few hours to get them in here. Um, I'm going to do the spells next for cities and towns. 'Cause again, these are the easiest ones. Hopefully, they're just as easy. And if so, then the video will be just as short. I'm under 15 minutes. So I'll do that next, and then I'll probably start playing with heritages and so forth. Blah. Um, yeah, that's it. So I just want to throw it out there saying it was pretty easy to pull these in. So yay. And I'll continue picking at these and making small videos as I go. Hope everyone's having a good day. Later all.